All right, we're here on the Trent Acid Tribute Radio Show, and on the line with us we have Matt Walsh. Matt, how are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you doing?
Could be doing better, of course. We're here talking about Trent Acid or Michael Verdi, and we've got a few questions for you, so if you don't mind, let's go ahead and get started.
Sure.
What do you think Trent wants his fans to remember most about him?
I think, obviously, his work in the ring. I think he always, every time he went out there, he stole the show. And, it didn't matter how many people were there. And, it sounds kind of cliche, but he really was, from talking to him, before and after shows and seeing him, it didn't matter. He was, all he cared was that, he put on the best match of the night.
Yeah, it seems to be something we've been told a lot, and, it shows throughout a lot of his footage. Do you have a memory or a story about Trent that you would like to share with our listeners?
I don't have, a specific story. The thing I want to say about Trent is just how much he went out of his way to help me. When I was released from WWE, I was still, relatively green, just having a few matches under my belt. And he was just so, he'd go up with me and train. He would, he'd take me to shows. He wanted to help me so bad. And he told me, if I could make it again, that would even be good enough for him. If he could help me, he was really, really helpful guy. And, I think that's something that, people should know about him.
What would you say stuck out most to you about Trent?
He just had that, the it factor, as they call it, or whatever. The intangible. It's not one thing you can pick apart. He walks through an airport or, the mall or whatever, people are going to be looking at him. He, one of a kind. And, in terms of personality, and he had that presence about him.
If you were to write a book about Trent's life, what would the title be?
I would, probably something along the lines of maybe Undiscovered.
It's a good title. My co-host Missionary has a couple questions, so Missionary, go ahead, man.
Yeah, hey, Matt. I was actually kind of curious. What do you think, in your opinion, of course, what do you think is Trent Acid's crowning achievement in his career?
In terms of his achievement, just from talking to him, he, not like one run he had per se. When him and Johnny, the Backstreet Boys, when they were, had their run, they were on top.
Mm-hmm.
He looked back on that period of his life with such fondness. So I don't think, he would look back at it in terms of, a match he had, a title he held, a cup or something like that. I think just the run he had with Johnny when they were on top, they were doing shows every night, making some money, traveling the world. That was it for him.
Oh, very good. Do you know what Trent's biggest goal in life was?
His biggest goal, he wanted to make a living wrestling. Like I said, he was happy with how him and Johnny were, a few years ago. He was able to support himself wrestling. He didn't have to be, John Cena or The Rock or Hulk Hogan, anything like that. He loved wrestling, and he was happy just
making a living doing it, and he wanted to get back to doing that. So that was his goal, and you have to really admire somebody like that, especially with his amount of talent in the ring. I mean, he could have easily wanted to be the big star, or been bitter that he wasn't, but he didn't care. He loved wrestling, and he just that's what he wanted.
On a personal note, what's the one thing about Trent you'll miss?
Just like sense of humor. When he was in the car, the times we had to go to shows and stuff like that, he really added something. A lot of times we go, me and Johnny, Joe Tell, guy we travel with, and he just has such a unique sense of humor, such a great energy. A lot of times he would calm my nerves before a match if I was nervous, maybe in the beginning, just with his warmness and all that. So
yeah. Thank you very much, Matt.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, you're going to be part of Acid Fest on July 10th. What can fans expect from this event?
It's just going to be a tribute to Trent, and
along that, a lot of his old, the guys he used to work with are going to be there paying tribute, and obviously everyone's going to, be up in their game because, in honor of Trent, he would be doing that. So I think it's going to be a real good show for the fans. It's going to be a good show to be part of, and there should be a good turnout. So looking, I think it'll be one for the books. It should be what's coming out for.
I agree, and for the fans that want to come to the event, or for the fans that can't come to the event but still want to donate, they can donate at acidmemorial@AOL.com, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. And the proceeds from that will go to the family of Trent and all the funeral costs, which for last week. So it's a good cause too. So definitely would want as many people come out as can in honor of Trent.
I'd like to thank you for for joining us and for doing this for Trent.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much.